Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation.
This Fox News did this.
Listen, man, I've talked about this on every podcast, and it is the greatest comedy I've ever seen in my life. It is so
It'd be
funny.
the best thing SNL's ever done.
Dude,
maybe.
SNL has to watch this going, we will never reach. I remember when I introduced my friend Wayne Isham, shout out Wayne Isham, to Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And he's watching it laughing his ass off. He turns to me and goes, does it upset you that you'll never be this funny? I go, Jesus, dude. But I watch this, I get this, I go, this is the funniest thing.
I can't believe it's real. I spent 10 minutes trying to debunk this after. I was like, this cannot be real.
This is the best video ever.
Fox sent a documentary crew out to interview the two guys who were paid to rough up Jussie Smollett. That's all you need to know. Here's what happened.
This is where we waited for Jussie to come before we attacked them. So we got here with 10 minutes to spare, and we had to plan our escape route to survey the...
To describe these men, one of them is in a skin-tight turtleneck. He is yoked. He's muscle-bound, though.
Jacked.
He skips leg day, clearly, and he's muscle-bound up top.
And by the way, he
can
looks
barely
like
move his
every
arms.
guy that like European white women go to Jamaica to make love to,
Yeah, totally.
right?
Totally.
Right?
And then the other guy looks like the black friend in every sitcom about Chicago. That's what he looks like, the cool black friend.
Plan. His building is actually
This is the cool
right
black friend
here, right above the stairs that we're going to attack him at. We made sure we got there
By
at
the way,
2
stop.
a.m. Sharp.
Stop.
On the dot. On the dot.
I think the guy in the blue has a nose ring, which makes him shadier, even more shady, on his right nostril.
Yeah, he does. You're right.
Dude, that makes you... Dude, dudes with nose rings, like, position's different, but here is bad. You know where's worse? When guys had the bowl.
The septum, yeah, we thought about that, yeah.
That's the shadiest.
Somebody called in about that. Actually.
Anybody that has that is into weird butt stuff. We've established that.
Yeah.
Can we make that an official rule here on Broken Simulation? Anytime we see somebody with a septum, they're into butt stuff.
Somebody actually, I got a few, somebody called in and said that men that have that are actually into taking it.
In
and
the
then
butt.
a woman messaged me and said that you're right, Sam. Women that have that like it in the butt.
Yeah, I think it's a sign of you're into butt stuff. So he's got one on his nose. Now, it's not the septum, it's side, so...
Yeah, it is the right nostril.
Okay, go on.
We had no phones because he did not want us to bring any phones. He said, so we don't lose them. I don't know if that's really the reason, but you can deduce your own reason. So 2 a.m., he was nowhere to be found. He was not there. So we were like, damn, what do we do?
Can you stop
We didn't
it?
have no...
So what's really interesting is their dynamic. He must be the talker.
They're
of the
Penn
group.
and Teller. Yeah, that's what they are.
And he is just
The hype man.
He's the one that gets the girls drooling, and he's the comedy guy that gets them laughing.
Yeah, he's Penn Jillette, he's Teller.
So what happens is they'll meet women, right? And which one do you think gets the pick? So me and a famous comedian back when he was, and this comic is humongous, but back before he was huge.
Just name him. Just name him.
No, I'm not going to. He's
Okay.
married. I don't want to. I don't want him
okay.
to. I'm not doing that.
Boring.
But we would go out, and this is before he even met his wife. Way before.
Okay, so there's nothing wrong with this.
Yeah, but I don't want to put it up.
Okay.
But it's a funny story because we would go out and we would gig together, and then we would meet women, and they would always have to be two of them. One was really attractive, one was okay attractive, and we would allow them to pick which one the attractive one wanted. And then the other one would agree to jump on the grenade. Okay? That's how it went.
I went on a date with two girls in high school, and they had to pick one. That was a thing that happened one time.
You went on one date with two girls, and at the end it was like you did.
Who I was going to date.
What do you want,
yeah.
a limit date?
It was great. Yeah, it was wonderful. I picked the wrong one, too. I picked the lesbian.
Every time, bro.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard. You know? It's just hard. So
yeah, and the guy with the yoked guy with the turtleneck has his arms kind of crossed in that, like, you know, I'm restraining myself from beating your ass kind of pose. He's
like,
clearly a tough guy.
He looks like he does security for people, right?
That's it, for sure.
I do security. obviously that's where Samole met him.
Way of contacting him. He had no way of contacting us. So we waited here for about, what, 4 minutes?
It was about 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
But it
You
felt
thought they
like
were waiting forever.
Because it was cold as balls. So I saw him out the corner of my
Stop
eye.
it.
And I was
Stop
like,
it.
okay, that's him.
Stop
Let's
it.
go.
Stop it.
That's on bingo, by the way.
By the
Stop
way,
it.
balls aren't cold.
Well, they are colder than the rest of your body, though, because
Really?
that's why they sag down. Most people's, I know yours don't. They sag down because they're meant to be colder than the rest of your body. That is true. So there's some truth to what they said there.
Okay. I just think balls are warm.
Yeah, but they're not warmer than the rest. They're actually colder than the
Yeah,
rest
but
of
they're
your body.
still warm.
But they're something about the conditions for sperm or something. They need to be
Like
colder.
if they said cold as feet, I'd be like, okay, I get that. Because your balls are
poor
warmer than your
circulation.
feet.
Testicles are about 2 degrees Celsius lower in temperature than the rest of your body. Cooler temperatures are better for making sperm, a process called spermatogenesis. In each of the testes, the process happens in tubes called seminiferous tubules, and there are a surprising number of tubes in each testicle, about 700. So there you go.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. So let's get back to
Let's
these
get-
gentlemen.
Yeah. This is the best.
We gotta go get this Empire fat. Yeah, that's him.
Start it
That's
again.
him. Is that him?
Start it
That's
again.
So they're about to start reenacting what they did that
Yeah.
night.
This is the greatest comedy. What you're about to see
And how this
should
guy
be-
walks.
should be included. I'm not even kidding. Into when Laurel and Hardy did "Who's on First, What's
Yeah.
on Second," right? When Ghostbusters, when Bill Murray busts into the office, talk about cats and dogs,
Martin and
making
Lewis.
love.
It's up there with Martin and Lewis, the two-man acts. I mean, the Smothers Brothers.
the comedy, the Adam Sandler, Chris Farley, the whatever brothers when he's like asking you
Smothers
to,
Brothers, yeah.
no when he's asked you to wash his grandma. That's
Martin Short and Steve Martin.
Okay,
now.
like I'm not kidding you. What we're about to see is pure
Classic two-man stuff.
comedy genius.
And watch how the guy in the turtleneck walks
Okay, this is the
Watch
best.
him
So they're
closely.
reenacting what they were doing.
that night.
Okay, so they see Smollett or what
Jussie Smollett.
Smollett. They see Smollett, and now they're going to act out
What
their.
happened? Yeah.
That's him. Let's go. We gotta go get this Empire fat. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Is that him?
That's that Nick.
Is that Nick?
Get that Nick.
Oh, he's moving fast. Come on, let's get him.
Get that Nick.
Let's get him. As we crossed the street, we said hey to get his attention.
Hey Nick.
Hey! He turned around, looked at us, and that's when we
music.
started yelling the famous slurs he wanted us to yell. Hey!
Aren't you that Empire?
Empire fat Nick! It's MAGA country!
Yeah.
And then he said, what did you say to me? And then that's when I threw the first punch at him. I held the blow because I didn't want to hurt him, of course. So I made it look real, but I held it. Then we started tussling, moving around, and then I threw him to the ground. He wanted it to look like he fought back. That was very important for him because he said, hey, don't just beat my ass, make it look like I'm fighting back and whatnot. So we did that, and then I threw him to the ground. And after I threw him to the ground, he had no bruise. I wanted it to look more real. So then I threw him to the ground. After I threw him to the ground, I used my knuckle and gave him a noogie. So I went like this.
This is gold.
Why did I do that? To give him a scar, to give him a mark, to make it look real, like he really did get his ass beat. After I did that, I fake kicked him. I don't know what he was doing. I wasn't paying attention.
That's where I came around with the bleach, the infamous bleach in the hot sauce bottle, poured it on his shirt. Then I finally put the rope around his face. I did not put it around his neck. I just placed it on his face, and that's when we took off.
That guy can't even run.
That is the funniest thing I've ever seen. First of all,
It's so funny.
Johnny, let's say you didn't even know the color of these guys. Let's just say they never showed us. How can you tell that they're black?
Without looking at them? you mean?
Yeah.
I could probably tell by their voice.
No, by the amount of M-words they've.
There's
no white guy in the last 100 years that have ever said the N-word that many times.
Not like that either.
Never. I mean, just.
Well, no, too. Was his idea that people would think this was white people? I can't remember. Did he want them to think that was white people doing it?
It's so weird because he's reenacting it. They're acting out at a time when he assumes no one's going to be out there.
But saying stuff. Yeah, why would you say stuff?
But maybe people might hear it.
I guess, yeah. Because if they saw him, then they would say it was black people.
And then they would see two shredded black guys running off.
Yeah. Maybe he wanted it to seem more like a sex, like a gender crime, but based on his orientation.
Now, my question is, did they say they were wearing masks?
I don't think they were.
They were just wearing MAGA hats?
I think so, yeah. Doesn't really matter, though.
I mean,
right?
It's so funny how dumb these people are. Like,
well, those guys might be geniuses. Comedy
these guys are geniuses because I think they each got paid like $1,500. And now they made more money for this.
Oh, for sure.
Well, they gotta be probably making each.
We should try to get them on Broken Sin.
Oh, I'd love that, bro. I'd love to introduce like one of the greatest comedy duos of all time.
We should look into that. I bet we could get those guys on.
How long till they're on Kill Tony?
I'd watch that, man.
I would totally watch that, dude.
Just get them to do that.
The best, bro. They're the perfect combo, bro. Big and silent dude who talks smack.
It's a wonderful world we live in when that got made.